anybody know anything about being an entrepreneur, you make money when you work.
Right.
And when you're pregnant back to back for 2 years, it is very hard, nearly impossible for you to be able to accomplish having a steady income.
Yeah.
So, I reached out because I wanted to just be able to build a different lifestyle for my children.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was like, you know what? It's a lot of chaos. Because when things are not in order, it's not right.
Right.
It's not right. It don't feel good. It doesn't feel peaceful. And I've always wanted to just create a peaceful environment for my children.
Okay. Welcome back, or welcome if you're new. My name is Paulina, aka Linaebu. On this channel, we do a lot of faith-based content, Christian lifestyle. Sometimes you may even see my wonderful, crazy family. But now this year, we do have a new theme. We are becoming better versions of ourselves. So if that is something that you enjoy, please like, comment, hit that subscribe button, because I would love to have you join the family. So today, I am so excited about this episode, y'all, because for those of you that don't know, I have recently transitioned over to becoming a stay-at-home mom because I was laid off from my job. So with that being said, to become a better version of myself for my family, I have to learn how to manage my home well. So that's why today is so special for me. Because I have my wonderful, amazing Cicela with me. And she has helped me before. She is a mother. She's an entrepreneur. She has her own business as a bridal hairstylist. Gorgeous by Destiny. If you want your hair done, you should definitely check it out. But she is a mom. She runs a business. She has successfully graduated her bonus son. She has another daughter about to graduate this upcoming year. She has 2 children at home still that are thriving academically and doing well. So I look at her with so much respect because she is definitely doing the thing. And I know that she can help me, help us become better versions of ourselves as we manage our home. So please welcome my wonderful, amazing sister love, Destiny Williams.
Thank you, sister. Oh my God, I love you so much.
I love you too.
That was such a grand entrance.
Because you're grand. Y'all, she is grand. This lady has a beautiful story. But today we're going to talk about all things home management. So I don't even know if you remember this, but y'all, my sis had a wonderful event at your house, and it was like about 2-3 years ago, and where you had to expose the lie of what you're currently believing. Mm-hmm. So you made us write down like whatever you're believing is the lie, and then look for scriptures in the Bible to expose that lie. Mm-hmm. I don't know if I ever told you, but that was so monumental for me. Just to reframe how I was thinking, how I was managing the home. You pulled me to the side, you said, no, I am a home manager. I am here to help manage the home. And the pressure that I'm feeling is because I felt like unstructured and stuff, but that was so helpful for me. And I don't think I ever told you that, but thank you for that. I appreciate that.
You're welcome.
And family, I have a special gift for you because I know that affirmations are important and you have to know who you are. You have to know that you are doing a good job, even though it may not look like it. I made some free printable affirmation cards for my ladies and fellas. I didn't forget you too. I have some free printable cards in the description box below. So go cop that, put them around your house, put them just different places just to affirm who you are as a person of God, a child of God. And then you could go in the right area. But you helped me out so much. To first realize my place in the home as the house manager and my role in that. So can you share a little bit of what is the role?
Right. So I believe in this society, we get really caught up in in just not knowing our roles, our God made roles.
Yes.
Okay. So God made us as women to be helpmates.
Yeah.
This is why he put us on earth to be helpmates. When we understand that role, it just makes things so much, it just makes sense so much. Like, we're set to make sure that even if we're in a situation where we may be a single parent, or if you're in a blended family, or you're married, God made, especially for you, for your situation, for you to be a helpmate to your husband.
Yes.
So that's a job.
It is.
That's a job. That's not, you know what, I won't say it's a job, it's an assignment.
I like that.
It's an assignment. And so we have to be mindful of that and make sure that we're not downplaying that role, because it's very important.
Yes.
It's very important.
Yeah.
So that's,
to know the role. So that is really good to know that we are the help. Growing up, how did you think you were going to be a home manager? Like, what was that?
Growing up, I came up in a home with a single parent. So it was just my mom, my mother, and I had my two brothers. And I always was a nurturer. Just, having my two younger brothers, and just wanting to help my mom and make sure that she was good and my brothers were taken care of. So I've always been a nurturer, but so family is something that's always been important to me. So yeah,
that is awesome. So family has been important to you, and I know that you help with your bonus son graduating. Like I said, you have your daughter about to graduate this year. So I know to do that, you had to overcome a lot of challenges. Right. So like things like organization, because that's what I struggle with, like organization, time management. I'm working on that, y'all. Like, she jokes about me. She'll be like, look, if you want me to be on time for something, you got to tell me an earlier time. But listen, I'm getting better. So I need y'all to hold me accountable as well. Because like my sister definitely holds me accountable, and my husband does too, about being on time. But like growing up, I know that our audience doesn't know. So growing up, I know that you started out 18-year-old. You want to share a little bit about that?
Sure. So just a little bit of a backstory for me. I was a young mother. I got involved with my ex-husband when I was 18 years old.
Okay.
I ended up getting pregnant with my daughter, who is 18 now. Who's 18 now. And with the relationship came a bonus child. The bonus child, my ex-husband's son, was a year and a half whenever I met him.
Wow. So you were pretty much a young mother and wife coming into all of this.
Yes.
So how, as far as like organization wise, how did all of that happen?
So I remember struggling, of course, coming like in the beginning, three children, that's very hard financially. And at the time, I was a hairstylist. I mean, if anybody know anything about being an entrepreneur, you make money when you work.
Right.
And when you're pregnant back to back for 2 years, it is very hard, nearly impossible for you to be able to accomplish having a steady income.
Yeah.
So, I reached out because I wanted to just be able to build a different lifestyle for my children. And so I was like, you know what? It's a lot of chaos, because when things are not in order, it's not right.
Right.
It's not right. It don't feel good. It doesn't feel peaceful. And I've always wanted to just create a peaceful environment for my children.
Okay.
So I reached out and I was like, you know what? Let me go ahead and figure out how I can rearrange some things.
So who'd you reach out to? Like, what was your help, your inspiration?
So my inspiration was my mentor, Gail Morrison. Met her.
Love her.
Yeah, she was someone that I had always looked up to. I've always grew up in the Church of Christ, and in her church, in that ministry, and I would see how she had 4 children, and how she managed it, and how she was so graceful all the time, and so poised. And so I reached out to her. And I let her know, like, I need to change some things. I need to adjust some things. It's chaos. I feel stressed. I feel overwhelmed every night. I need to know, how am I going to make some adjustments? And she was such a blessing to me on my journey.
Yes, I love Miss Gail. So you organize. What are some tips that you use organizing, getting the family organized on the same track? How did you do that?
So I will say to you that it's not something that happens overnight. I will say it took me and just having mentorship with Miss Gail for a couple of years to be able to get things down to it was like a science.
Okay.
So some of the things that I did starting out, and still that I still do to this day, you have to have structure. Structure is such a major part of life when you have a huge family.
Yes.
Structure is so important. So important. Like we feel bad as being like the bad parent. Like I'm the bad parent because I have to say this is not okay. We're not doing this. Like this is it. You have to be structured and have a schedule for you to be able to be successful.
That you also helped me with. You helped me to organize my household. You said as the house manager, you have to get on a system. Your kids have to get on a system. We literally sat down and wrote out a schedule for everybody in the home. Everybody should have a schedule. Like you told me, even down to Kobe should have a schedule. You made me write a schedule down for everybody.
Right. And it's okay to be spontaneous every once in a while, but that's spontaneous is between you and your husband. However, for you to run a tight ship that's functional, we don't understand how much children need structure.
Yeah.
They need structure. Not only do they need structure, they crave structure. They may act like I don't want to go to bed at 9, or I don't want to go to bed at a certain time. They need structure. I remember I was probably about 20. I was probably about 22-ish, still young. And so I should have had the amount of energy that I needed to be able to do everything that I should be able to accomplish all day.
Right.
However, I was so exhausted by 10 o'clock, the kids are still running around. 9 o'clock, the kids are still running around. We're eating dinner late, X, Y, Z. And I had someone, a wise woman, tell me, she said, you're not giving yourself time to regroup. How are you going to be able to give these kids and your husband or your spouse 100% the next day? It's better to give your children 1 hour of good mommy versus 4 hours of agitated mommy.
That's good.
And so that just really resonated into me.
So self-care, so basically you're saying self-care is important before you can go to managing a home, right?
Yes.
Is that true? So how, when you're looking at self-care, how do you not feel guilty about having some time for yourself?
Because if you don't take care of the star player, who's going to take care of the star player?
That's true.
And then we have to equate that with so many different aspects. Like, one thing that I did when my kids was of a certain age, of a young age, and it's so beautiful because now, all praise to God, I don't have to tell my children to go to sleep. And they're teens.
Yeah.
I don't have to wake up at 5 a.m. with them. They wake up on their own. They're being productive humans.
Yeah.
One practical thing that I did do with my children is they had to have a schedule. Schedule was non-negotiable. And of course, we weren't following the schedule by the minute, but I made sure that I was responsible enough to, if I say dinner's gonna be ready between 6 and 7, dinner's gonna be ready between 6 and 7. Okay. Bedtime, you can ask anybody that have been around my children and been in my household when I raised my family. Bedtime, non-negotiable. 8:15. 8:15. That's bedtime.
That gives you time to relax at the end of the day.
And that is a part of self-care. Not only is it a part of self-care, but it's a part of catering to your spouse. If by the time you get to, if you don't put your kids down until however many late, because to me, 8 o'clock, no child should be up asking mommy to do X, Y, Z. And if they are, you're exhausted by that time. How are you going to be able to cater to your spouse if you're exhausted and you're worn out and you don't have no time to mentally decompress from the day?
Yes. So you have helped me with that. Like I said, like you literally sat me down, a schedule for me, for everybody in the household. Like it don't matter if you are old, young, even my spouse, like obviously his is not like rigid, but there's a set time. Like, look, we are eating dinner at this time. Like the kids are gonna be in bed at this time. So everybody's on a routine. Did that play a part in like managing the home as far as like cleanliness of the home? Like how did you manage that?
Yes. So the children, I started my kids out when they were about 5 years old. When they were about 5 years old, every child had a responsibility. As far as the cleaning of the home, of course they weren't doing deep dive cleaning, but they knew, you know what, I'm going to have to take my shoestrings out because mom's gonna wash my shoes, so they're not nasty.
Okay.
They had the responsibility of, you know what, let me pick out my clothes for the day so I can make sure I have a nice matching outfit that's ironed, that's taken care of. Like they had those responsibilities early on. And a lot of times we neglect doing that, and then we get children who they get of a certain age and they don't know how to wash clothes. They don't know how to care for themselves. And this is something that was very important to me as having a family that was so large, because it not only did it help me, but in the long run, it helped them to be productive adults. Because you have to think about it. I have 2 boys, and then I have a daughter.
Yes.
I'm raising my sons to be somebody's husband.
That's good.
And so I don't want to send my son, who's gonna be somebody's husband, for their wife to feel like she has to be responsible of doing everything, every single thing, and be overwhelmed because I didn't teach him anything about life, how to cook, how to do basic things.
That's good.
So that was very important, and it actually really was, it was something that has worked really well for our family.
I would say that definitely does work as far as like getting everybody on the same page as far as like cleanliness. You even taught me that, like, look, you could sweep up a little bit. Like, you know, Kobe, he likes to sweep. Like, he'll grab the broom now. Like, he's not even 2 yet, and he likes to sweep. So if you teach them at a young age to pick up behind themselves, to put stuff away, then it becomes ingrained in them. So you can manage your home effectively.
It does, and it's such a benefit to not only the child, but to you.
It is.
It's such a benefit. I was told, Miss Gill, one thing she really was big on whenever we was going through the process of organization and cleaning, don't put it down, put it up. And it helps.
Put it down, put it up.
It helps.
That's really good. I know that with coming with a large family, growing up with a large family, and you mentioned how finances were tough, especially growing up, and how you became your entrepreneur to open your hairstylist business. So what are some ways that we can, as house managers, help with the finances, even if we may or may not be bringing in money?
So great ways of doing that is, and this is something that I actually still do to this day. My kids are 18, about to be 17 and 13. I still, to this day, I'm a big couponer. I every week, because I have a Tom Thumb that's near me, and I I base my meals off of, okay, so what is some, because I'm very health conscious about not making stuff that's fried and not making stuff that's going to be unhealthy for the family. So one big thing that I definitely do, and I've actually always done, is I'm a couponer. So I'm checking the ads every week, and I base my meals, and I make sure that my meals are based on, okay, well, this is on sale. So, like, I'll give an example. Like, last week, Tom Thumb had their chicken breast that was on sale for 99 cents a pound. I mean, that's a beautiful way to make a meal that's a healthy meal that is inexpensive. And then when you lay out those meals, it's a lot easier. Also, one thing that I definitely did when my children were in school, I got, I don't know if you guys are familiar with this, but there's like a shoe rack. I wish I had an example.
You told me about this, like, what, it's like a shoe organizer.
A shoe organizer. So what I would do is whatever the fruit of the week that will be on special, the fruit and the snack on special, I would load those in so the kids after school, they can grab their snack and they would take that and they can go and have their little snack and then resume whatever responsibilities they have for the afternoon. So that was something that was really large, like just making sure I'm checking ads. I know couponing can be very time consuming, but to be honest with you, these apps that we have now, they're so easy. Literally, I can hop on my Tom Thumb app, and I keep saying Tom Thumb because it's right down the street for me, but I am a huge Audi fan. Like, I am a huge Audi fan. Listen, I feel like if it's not name brand, but the food tastes good, I have no complaints. Okay? No complaints.
On that. That's the one thing I would say that's the one thing I splurge on is food, but that's growing up with a Nigerian parent. Like, my dad was kind of cheap, so when he bought food, he like, no, you eat. I don't want that. So that's just a personal preference, though.
Yeah, no, but I mean, look, you married to my brother, so I know you married to my brother. I know, and I will tell you, I will say right now, my fiance, he is the same way. He's like, listen, don't come bringing back no Aldi cheese.
No, I don't want it.
That is him. He's like, is that gonna melt? And I'm like, Tim, it's gonna melt and it's gonna taste amazing. And so, but no, I definitely understand. But listen, you put love into that food, and I'm not gonna cook nothing for my kids or my family that I won't eat.
Okay.
So when I say I'm tested and tried, Aldi, I'm tested and tried. And look, listen, get fresh fruits and vegetables, and if it go bad, you can bring it back and you get your money back. So
that's an Aldi sponsor right there.
I'm telling you,
Aldi.
I do because I mean they give healthy options. And it's great food, and it can supply enough for a family of a size. So I would definitely say couponing. And couponing is so easy nowadays. You don't have to be clipping no in there with no tools and stuff. Literally scan your phone.
Scan it.
Yeah. If we could be on social media doing XYZ, we can scan a coupon.
That's so true. And I know like couponing is definitely good, and I love that tip for finances and helping with contributing with the household. And something that you also did, I think you forgot to mention it, like you would go like to feel like you're contributing, and it contributed to your self-care too. You would go find items like gently used items and you would fix them up.
Yeah, so I definitely had a point in life where I was completely stay at home. I was not able to do hair as much as I wanted to because at that time I had given birth to my fourth child, I had given birth to my third child, which is my youngest, and I had actually got laid off. I had started trying to work a corporate job. I had got laid off. And that's one thing that I did do, just because sometimes you get that feeling as a mom and a homemaker, just wanting your house to feel like a home.
Yes.
You get this urge where it's like, you know what, it's Easter time.
Yeah.
I want to put up Easter decorations. But you may not have nothing but $5. I mean, if we just be honest, and it's like you do that and you get that feeling. So I did. It was a point in my life where I had to, well, not had to, but I would find the joy in small things.
Yes.
Find the joy in small things. Like I'm riding around, I would refurbish furniture, and that was something that I actually enjoyed. So that was something I did to kind of help just fill in the gap.
That was part of your self-care. And then one thing that we do that we love to do, we go shopping at Dollar Tree. And look, we could ball out on a budget, and I can get my holiday decor and I can make something. Like that is our thing. We like to go to some Dollar Tree.
Honey, I love me some Dollar Tree. I mean, when I look, they have upgraded it so
they have,
and then it's just for a temporary season. And you have to really think about when you're doing stuff like that, you're doing it to make memories.
Yes.
It does not have to cost $1 million to do something to make a memory.
Yeah.
So right. If you can go to the Dollar Tree and put $10 of decor up, of Valentine's stuff, it's all about that. It's not about anything else.
That's
just
awesome.
About making memories.
You're absolutely right. And another question that I have, because with a family that is going different places, you're a lot of different moving parts. How did you manage your time? Because I need help with that. Like, I'm working on it, y'all. Like, hold me accountable, but I'm working on time management. I'm working on how to run the household effectively. How do I do that?
Okay, so my biggest advice for time management is prepare. I am getting ready for a trip. I am getting ready for a vacation in March, and I'm already, they laugh at me because I already have my stuff set aside. This is something that has been so instilled into me. You have to prepare.
Yeah. Preparation
is all in preparation. Like even now, it's so instilled in me. I I have a wedding that I have to do tomorrow. You'll see my kit. I've already packed it. I have it. I have everything put together. I have everything ready for tomorrow. I have my time schedule. I know what I'm going to be doing. I know exactly what's going to happen when it's going to happen, and I've allotted enough time. If there's a mishap, I know, okay, well, this is not going to throw me off. Yes. It's all in the preparation. You cannot be, when you have a large family, when you have a blended family, you cannot be last minute. Last minute does not work. Yeah. And you know what? It's not something that happens overnight, so you can't be hard on yourself. How long have you been married with a blended family?
We're coming up on 6 years this year.
Okay. Yeah.
It's still fairly new.
It's still fairly new. So you really can't be hard on yourself.
You're right.
You have to take steps. Okay. So, I'm not as bad as I was this last year, but you have to be prepared. You have to prep. It's all in preparation. I don't even have to prepare like I do, but I do because it's so embedded in me. Mm-hmm. And then a good tip, as I said, you have to use these children. Okay? Yeah. You have to use these children. They have to go to school tomorrow. Mm-hmm. Okay? I need y'all to get your school clothes out and put it in this bucket and have it by in the cubby. So when you wake up, you already know what you're gonna grab. You're not waking up, what are you wearing? What are you putting on? What are you doing? No. You have to involve the children. Yeah. And you think that it's like, oh, this is a lot for the kids, but it's really not. It's teaching them how to be more responsible.
You actually helped me with that. So I've been preparing the kids' clothes, and I have them get their clothes out at the beginning of the week. So look, we're ironing it, we're taking care of it. You know what you're wearing Monday through Friday. Mm-hmm. I don't want to hear, I don't know where my shoes is. I don't want to hear, I don't know where my socks is, because it should all be together. Mm-hmm. Because we've got our clothes out at the beginning of the week, and you actually helped me with that. So
yeah, and that's something that I deal with my children. I had back then, because they're older, but back then there was these little Velcro things that you could hook on, and they were shoe holders.
Okay.
They were shoe holders, and you can put 5 outfits in there. That's your 5 outfits for the week. It's no excuse. It's no excuse.
You're right.
And I'm telling you, when you get to a place where you make sure that they're being responsible, and then you get them in the bed, and look, okay, so them kids, okay, 7.
Yeah, 8 o'clock.
No, listen, 7, y'all eating,
okay.
7:30, go ahead and hit that bath.
Mm-hmm.
8 o'clock, go ahead and start talking to Jesus and saying goodnight. Okay, so that's just how it is.
Yeah.
And then I'm telling you, it blesses your soul so much. You have so much more energy for your spouse. You have energy for yourself to wind down. You're able to just regroup and be ready for the next day.
I love it.
So
you see why I had to have my wonderful sis-in-law to help share some of the tips that she used, because I don't know about y'all, but this has helped me. Like, I have implemented some of the things that you told me. Mm-hmm. Like, again, all of my kids have a schedule. My husband has a schedule. Look, I made the schedule. I posted it next to their wall. We went over as a family, like, look, when you come home from school, you need to get out of your school clothes. You need to do your homework. Right. Like, look, we're all going to have dinner at this time. Everybody has a set schedule. Right. So you helped me with that. You're helping me with time management, how to be more prepared. You're helping me with finances. Like, y'all, like she said, she's a couponer. So you're helping me, like, just get organized with coupons. Like, you provided me with the knowledge that I have to take care of myself, because if I don't take care of myself, the household is not gonna run. Like, I'm not good for my spouse. I'm not good for my kids. Like, this is why I had to have you on today. And y'all, you will see more of her. I love her so much. If you want to stay connected with her, I will put her information down in the description box below. Gorgeous by Destiny is her website. If you have an event coming up, a wedding, a prom, any special event, she does hair. She loves to do it. Thank you for coming on the show. I love you so much.
And y'all, my sister know I'm so camera shy, and she got me out here. I am so grateful for her. If you don't know the story, I have all brothers, a whole lot of brothers, okay? And I've always wished that I've had a sisterhood. And this woman is such a blessing. I can call her, it don't matter what time, and say, hey, I need prayer. Matter of fact, it's times that I'm going through stuff, and I already know, I can text her, you pray for me? I already know she prayed for me. She is such a blessing, and I thank God for you. You are a gem.
We're not about to do this on today.
You are such a gem, and you know what? Thank you for being one of my best friends.
Thank you, sis. I love you.
I mean that, baby. Oh my gosh. I mean it. I mean it so much. Lord, I mean it.
I love you too.
Oh God.